ممثلة منظمة العمل الدولية الأستاذة فريدا خان، وهي اختصاصية النوع الاجتماعي ومنسقة برنامج العمل اللائق في الأردن. تفضلي أستاذة فريدا.
Good morning to everyone, and thank you particularly to Sadaka for inviting me here. Sadaka has been our partner for several years, maybe even 10 years. Maybe we started work with you right from the start, and here we are celebrating your sort of 1 decade anniversary now. So Sadaka has been our partner for several years, and most of the work that we've done with Sadaka has been with the support of the government of Norway. So it really is a pleasure for me to be sharing this space today with the ambassador, Tony Allers. I hope she comes back, and Sahar and Lara and the founding members of Sadaka. So it really is my pleasure to be here. So our work with Sadaka has primarily been around childcare and the role it plays in promoting women's economic empowerment. And this work has helped the ILO promote and pilot several guidelines or recommendations that appear in ILO conventions. For instance, we have the Convention on Workers with Family Responsibilities, the Convention on Maternity Protection, as well as broader conventions such as Convention 100 on Equal Pay for Work of Equal Value and Convention 111 on Non-Discrimination. So these recommendations that we see in these conventions have been implemented through a mix of what I'm going to call hardware and software, or upstream and downstream interventions. So for example, what I'm calling hardware, we have worked together to expand the provision of childcare facilities and ensuring quality, not only in terms of the benchmarks needed for quality infrastructure, but also professionalizing the work that caregivers do. After all, the places and the people to whom we entrust the care of our children cannot be compromised. We've looked at laws and the policies needed to ensure that this high quality provision of childcare happens, but we've also looked more deeply at attitudes. So we've looked at how can we shift the idea of childcare being a mother's responsibility or a private responsibility alone to a more shared and social responsibility. And that entails getting fathers more involved, providing incentives and support to employers, and also the state stepping up and taking a greater role. Having children and raising children, no doubt it brings great personal satisfaction, personal reward. Perhaps it even helps us immortalize ourselves through our children and in turn their children. But when you think of it, it also is, very practically speaking, essential to the reproduction of the future labor force and the continuation of society itself. So the responsibility too should be a wider shared societal one. And the last thing that I want to say is that this work on childcare and its links to economic empowerment of women illustrates very well ILO's approach to gender equality in the world of work. Decent work is not just about jobs. Decent work is not just about workplace practices. It can't be solved only through law or through a policy, but it requires a range of simultaneous and complementary measures coming together to develop a whole ecosystem where women and men are enabled to work in dignity, freedom, equality, and security, so that they can fulfill not only their obligations towards family and work, but also their potential and their ambition. So thank you very much, and I'm really looking forward to the discussions that we're going to have today. And again, it's my pleasure to be part of this. Thank you.